Let me talk a little bit now about our liquor stores. In compliance with the Ohio Department of Health orders designed to prevent the further spread of COVID-19, we are issuing the following order. That in-person sale of liquor in the following counties will be prohibited to anyone who does not have an Ohio license. These counties are Ashtabula, Trumbull, Mahoning, Columbiana, Jefferson, and Belmont counties. So those sales of liquor in those counties will be restricted during the course of this epidemic to those who are from the state of Ohio. This is necessary because we've had I've received repeated complaints from chiefs of police, from others from that part of the state about the situation with folks coming in from Pennsylvania, coming into those counties. Any other time, we would love to have visitors from Pennsylvania, but during this time, those who are coming in to buy liquor are creating a health hazard, and that is something that we have to take action in regard to that. A little more of the background. On March 16th, the state of Pennsylvania closed its state-owned liquor stores in an attempt to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. In addition, multiple border counties in West Virginia have relatively recently prohibited sales of liquor to persons who do not have a West Virginia license. This has pushed people into Ohio's border counties. So from this point forward, for an individual to purchase liquor in Ashtabula, Trumbull, Mahoning, Columbiana, Jefferson, and Belmont counties, that person will need to present a valid Ohio photo identification or a valid military ID for a person in active duty status. Sale of liquor to a person with a valid non-Ohio photo ID may only occur with additional information showing that person does in fact reside in Ohio. That might include a mail with the person's name and an Ohio address on it, or it might be a bill with the person's name and Ohio address on it, or a letter from an employer placing the person in Ohio as an essential employee. This is something that we are going to continue to monitor. If there are additional counties that appear to have a significant influx of people coming from out of state, we will take whatever appropriate action is needed. So this is a work in progress. We're going to continue to monitor this.